Well, the start of the Premier League season is now upon us. Liverpool plays Bournemouth later today, but I'm here to give a preview of Manchester United versus Arsenal. Now, Manchester United versus Arsenal, traditionally, at least in this century, has been usually one of the big games of the season. Not so much now, since Manchester United has really fallen upon hard times, and look, I mean, yesterday we beat them 2-0 at the Emirates. Then we drew 1-1 with the Declan Rice equalizer in like the 74th minute at Old Trafford, where David Raya basically had to save our tails. Even though Manchester United was a poor team last season, finishing 15th in the league, they were still good enough on the day to beat Arsenal at Old Trafford, which is where we play this game on Sunday. Now, Manchester United have been somewhat busy in the transfer window. They brought in Benjamin Sesko, who Arsenal was linked with most of the summer. And so before we went for the Yorkes, they got Mbeumo from Brentford and Cunha from Wolves. And that's going to significantly help their attacking game, okay? Where they have not strengthened is in the defense. And I think that's where Arsenal is going to be better than Manchester United. Now, I think Manchester United, I saw them play against Everton. I saw them play against West Ham in the preseason. And I also saw the highlights against Fiorentina. They looked somewhat good. They looked better, but not astronomically better. I've seen Arsenal play all their preseason, except for the one against AC Milan, which I was on the road for. I heard about that. Saka scored in the second half, and Arsenal won 1-0. But Arsenal, if you look at, again, preseason, I don't really take a whole lot of stock in preseason. Yeah, you beat Newcastle. Yeah, you lost to Tottenham. Yeah, you lost to Villarreal. Yes, you beat Athletic Bilbao. Arsenal looked better against Bilbao, and they looked better, which was their last game that they played in the preseason, and especially Yorkes, but especially Zubimendi. Zubimendi is going to be a handful. It's going to be one of the best players, I think, for Arsenal this season if they play it well. Now, Old Trafford has been a bogey place for Arsenal. Yes, they won 2 seasons ago, 1-0. I think Martinelli scored in like the 11th minute. But Manchester United is usually they're going to be excited for this game. They're going to be excited. They're going to be ready to play. They are going to be a team that is going to be better than they were last season. Okay, but again, their biggest problem that they have that I can see of Manchester United against Arsenal is the midfield battle. Manchester United has not strengthened in the midfield at all. They have not strengthened the defense at all. They have not strengthened the goalkeeping position at all. That is in itself going to be a problem for Manchester United against this Arsenal team. Arsenal has a better defense, okay? In fact, I saw Robbie and Flex on their channel, on Arsenal Fan TV, and Flex for Manchester United. They did their combined Manchester United and Arsenal 11. And, I mean, for all intents and purposes, there were 8 or 9 Arsenal players on that team and maybe 2 from Manchester United. Goalkeeper was Arsenal, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, Calafiori, or Lewis Skelly. Rice, Zubimendi, Yorkes, Saka, all a part of that team. I mean, it was hardly a combined 11. It was basically Arsenal 11 versus, in Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes got on there by basically being the best player Manchester United has had. But that's about it. Okay, but for all intents and purposes, Arsenal should win this game. They should beat Manchester United quite handily. They should be able to dominate the possession of the ball, and they should be able to get shots on goal. They should be able to score against Manchester United's defense. The problem that Arsenal has is Old Trafford is a bogey place for Arsenal. It is not a place that they usually go and win. In fact, even looking at the Arsenal Fan TV pundits, they're basically afraid of this game. I'm not so worried about it, but I do think that Manchester United is going to be better. They're going to be up for the game. It's going to be the first game. It's Old Trafford. It's going to be an exciting game. I don't know who Manchester United is going to start. I don't know if Sesko is going to start. He just got there last week. But if I were to look at Arsenal 11, I would start Raya in goal, Timber on the right, Gabriel and Saliba in the middle, and I would probably start Calafiori on the left. I know Lewis Skelly is probably the player most people want to see there, but I would probably put Calafiori on the left. I would put Zubamendi, Rice, Odegaard in the midfield, York IS, Saka, and Martinelli in the attack. That's who I would start if I was Arsenal. Now I probably I'm probably close to that. It may not be Calafiori, it might be Lewis Skelly, but regardless, that's who I would start. I think Arsenal is going to control the game on them in possession. I'm looking for an Arsenal 3-1 win. Okay, I think Arsenal's going to win the game, 3-1. That's my prediction. I could be wrong, but that's how I see Arsenal. I see them controlling possession. Again, it'll be interesting to see if Benjamin Sesko gets into the game, if he plays any of the game. Manchester United is in the process of getting players used to playing the system that Amorim wants to play. Arsenal is just basically filling in little gaps that they have. So I think Arsenal's going to win 3-1. I could be wrong. People are going to let me know if I'm wrong. That's quite all right. But I think Arsenal's going to win 3-1, and that's how I see it. But we'll find out. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.